The NBA playoffs start April 16th, and with the play-in games, there are now 20 teams vying for the NBA championship. The 2022 playoffs give you up to 9 weeks of action, with game number 1 of the NBA Finals not even tipping off until June 2nd. Last year, the NBA playoff package was listed for $249, but we've made it even better this year by lowering the entire 9-week playoff package to $199. While the early bird catches the worm may be a cliche, but it holds true to this incredible offer. The first 99 customers can use the coupon code FIRST99 and save an additional $50 off the playoff package, dropping the price down to $149. That's right, 9 weeks of NBA action for $149. That's under $17 per week. Act fast to use code FIRST99, as only the first 99 customers can use this code.
Welcome into First Pitch for Friday, April 15th. I am Drew Martin, joined by Brian Leonard and Dave Koken of WagerTalk.com. We're breaking down the games on tonight's slate. Happy Good Friday. Happy Passover out there. Also, reminder, it is tax day, April 15th, so don't let that slip by too much longer. We got 3 games on the board we're going to be breaking down, plus best bets at the end with 2 of the best in the business here, guys. We got first game up. Heading to opening day in Cleveland, we got the San Francisco Giants and the Cleveland Guardians, I believe they're called now. Brian, you would know a little bit better than me. Rodon versus Plesac, 7.5 being the total. We're now seeing minus 145s out there. That's the Giants as the road favorite. Of course, Cleveland, good bullpen, number 4 in the league versus lefties, and the hottest lineup in baseball going up against Carlos Rodon here, the former first rounder from NC State. What are you thinking, Giants and Guardians tonight, Brian?
Cleveland's playing their 6th straight day, and I talked about this before the season started. A lot of these players didn't play back-to-back or many games in the preseason. So I know it's opening day in Cleveland. It wouldn't surprise me to see a couple lineup changes here. They had their catcher and Yu Chang, their infielder, who's only played once all season. So we may see something different here. I haven't seen any lineups as of yet on this game, but I don't want to go against Rodon. He's just looked tremendous the last couple of years, and he looked very strong here. The problem you have with Plesac, he's very inconsistent. He looked really good last time out, but he's been up and down, just like many of these Cleveland Indians starters the last couple of years, other than Bieber. But I'm going to keep it short. And I lean San Francisco, but the line's still a little bit too high for me to play them. This will be a game I'll be passing today.
Okay, and Dave, coming to you next. Cleveland, has struggled against Rodon. His numbers are very good against the Guardians, plus the fact the Cleveland side of things, their on-base percentage against lefties is almost 500. So that handicap in itself is very interesting. But interested in your thoughts here opening day in Cleveland, Dave.
Well, they haven't faced a lefty like Rodon. Okay, I mean, it's
true.
It's a big step up. So, facing a rookie and some other guys who aren't great, you can see why they feasted on that pitching. And Ramirez is just on fire, and the rookie Quan has been sensational. But now they face one of the aces. When he's healthy, Carlos Rodon has become one of the best pitchers in baseball, and he was razor sharp in his first outing this year. I think the Giants have a good chance to get out in front of this game. After that, we'll have to wait and see. Bullpens, to me, are unpredictable. But if I'm looking to bet this game, it'd be Giants first 5. I don't think the price is that unreasonable. And I would definitely put a check mark next to San Francisco.
Like it, Dave. Good start to the show, guys. We got the middle matchup here. A good one in the NL Centrals. We're breaking down the St. Louis Cardinals at the Milwaukee Brewers, 8:10 Eastern, 5:10 Pacific start here, Dave. We get the Cardinals going with Miles Mikolas, rocking a mustache, one of the better ones in the show, in my opinion. He had a good spring, not so much in the first start, not terrible, up against Peralta, going for the Brewers. Brewers, interestingly enough, over 14 straight innings with scoreless only from their starting pitchers. So we'll see if he can keep that going up against the pretty good Cardinals lineup here, Dave. We got the Brew Crew laying minus 150, 8.5 the total. You liking anything in Milwaukee, Dave?
No, I don't really like this game. Michaelis he's not as dramatic as Wainwright in terms of having to locate his pitches. Uh, it's somewhat similar, though. We saw yesterday Wainwright could not locate his curve. It was hanging, and obviously he's not going to get anybody out with an 88-mile-an-hour fastball, so he got in trouble. Michaelis is also not a hard thrower, and he's got to be down in the zone to be effective. The Brewers, the first time through for their storied starting rotation, wasn't very good. Burns was off, Woodruff was off, Peralta was off. Second time through, a lot better. Burns looking good. Woodruff got back on the beam yesterday, and I think Peralta will as well. I think the Brewers will win the game. I'm not enamored with the price, though. I don't think I can really recommend a side here. I think the Cardinals will win, but you're having to pay too much to back that. And on the other hand, I don't like the dog because I don't think they're going to win. So even if there might be some price value, that's not enough for me to make it a play. I would therefore lean to the Brewers.
Brian, the two of these NL Central teams have gone 34-34 their last 68 games against each other. So the winner here, they've been pretty competitive against each other for whatever reason. Also handicapping the bullpens, guys. We got Devin Williams and Josh Hader for Milwaukee, both throwing 2 of the last 3 days. Williams threw over 50 pitches. So will they be available as kind of a question mark in the later innings for the Brew Crew? But Brian, interested in your thoughts here in Milwaukee.
Yeah, usually you don't have to worry about too many scheduling situations, but this is actually a good scheduling situation for the Cardinals. Now, I think Milwaukee has the definite starter advantage here, but the St. Louis has been off 2 of the last 4 days. And so to get that rest early in the season definitely helps. And when you look at there are 3 guys in the back of the bullpen, Gallegos, Cabrera, and Helsley. Helsley hasn't pitched since opening day. Cabrera hasn't pitched since Tuesday, and Gallegos hasn't pitched since Tuesday. And you mentioned it with Milwaukee. This will be their 6th straight game, I believe. And we take a look at their best 3 relievers. They didn't pitch yesterday. They were bailed out by Gott and Gustave. So they didn't have to pitch yesterday. But you were right. Josh Hader pitched Tuesday and Wednesday, 31 pitches. Boxberger, the same 2 days, 20 pitches. And Devin Williams, the same 2 days, 51 pitches. So I would not assume Williams pitches at all here. And it would not surprise me if none of the 3 go. Boxberger's only thrown 20 pitches, so he may be able to go. But without Hader and Williams, I really don't want to back the Brewers as a favorite in this game. The schedule has me pointed towards St. Louis. I think we got a live dog there.
In agreement, Brian. Great breakdown there of the bullpens. We got 1 game left, guys. We'll head out west to the AL West. 9:40 Eastern, 6:40 Pacific start here in the Pacific Northwest. Opening day in Seattle. We get Odorizzi versus Gonzalez going for the Mariners. 8.5 the total. Brian, coming back to you first. We get the Astros -115 as the short road favorite. Both these two teams trending towards the under if your total's better, but interested in your thoughts overall. Opening day in Seattle, Brian.
Yeah, I wanted to play Seattle here, but in a pick'em situation against Houston, it's tough to back them. I know I want to fade Odorizzi, but it's tough here for me with Seattle because if you were to pick these two teams and they were to play 10 times, I think Houston probably wins 6 of those games, maybe 7. So even with Odorizzi on the mound in like a pickup situation, I can't ignore that. I think the line is too low for me to play Seattle here. I do like the Seattle team, but I'm not a huge fan of Gonzalez, but he's been very good the last couple of years. He gets a lot of decisions. He pitches deep into the game, and that's good for the Seattle bullpen. Seattle's bullpen, they had guys yesterday, second rider, 13 pitches, Sewald 12, Castillo 6, and Minos 14. Threw 103 miles per hour, I believe, yesterday. I guess that's the strongest pitch they've had in a while in Seattle. So, but yeah, it's a situation where I lean Seattle, but the line's just not there for me. And so I'll be sitting this one out.
Okay. And Dave, what are you thinking here, Stros and M's tonight?
Good line. I think the Astros rate the favorites role. I don't think they should be huge favorites. They're not. It's a very reasonable line. Odorizzi and Gonzalez, to me, is pretty much a wash. Gonzalez will eventually find a groove, but he had a slow start last year, and he might be looking at another slow start this year, which would be concerning. And look, they're just not going to hit the Astros. And they've come out of the gates swinging the bats extremely well. I think Houston's a little too strong, but they're going to be fired up in Seattle. People are excited about this team, and I think with good reason. I mean, the Mariners have some young talent. They were a very fortunate team last year in terms of winning a lot of close games, great record in one-run games and extra innings. And generally speaking, there's a bounce from that. But I think the team improved itself enough in the offseason to overcome that bounce. And I think they're going to be a team that hangs around playoff contention all season. But Houston won't be hanging around playoff contention. They'll be in the playoffs. They're going to win the division. They're still as good a team as there is in the American League. And at a price like this, while you want to pull the trigger on a home dog, I just don't think you're getting enough value here. If anything at the price, I'd have to go with the Astros.
In agreement, Dave. Yeah, good one. Late night, guys, in the Pacific Northwest. So, hey, apologize for the late start, but a good, clean show here with good information for two of the better MLB bettors in the business. Brian Leonard, Dave Koken. Can check them both out at WagerTalk.com. We got best bets coming up now, so hopefully a 2-1, if not 3-0 effort from the three of us. We'll go to Brian Leonard first, guys. Check him out at WagerTalk.com. Number one in the NBA playoffs last season. Also, for the last 5 MLB seasons, all profitable here. Brian, where are you going for best bets for the show, buddy?
I'm going to go off the board here and take a look at the Philadelphia-Miami game. Like the pitching matchup here for Miami. I'm going to go first 5 innings with Lopez against Eflin. Philadelphia hasn't had a day off. They started the season on Saturday, and they've gone all the way through Thursday. So everybody's played a lot there. Yohan Camargo has been getting some at-bats. He's played in 4 of the last 5 games. Gene Segura was injured last night. He didn't play yesterday. I don't think he's going to play today. But I prefer the Miami side here. You're getting the better pitcher on the mound at home. And this Miami team is a team that never seems to get enough credit. They're always a team I'm looking to bet on. And I really like Lopez. He's one of the guys that I'm looking to bet on in this price range. So give me Pablo Lopez and the Miami Marlins minus, I believe it's like 120, 125 in the first 5. And that'll be my best bet for today.
On the fish. I like it, Brian. Guys, for my best bet, I'm going on the Cardinals. Plus 140, risk 100 to win 140. So a juicy underdog tonight. I think the Brewers are getting a little bit overvalued here. When you look at Peralta's numbers against the Cardinals, actually not very good, over an 830 team OPS against, plus the fact he's given up 5 home runs combined against Paul Goldschmidt and Nolan Arenado. Those 2 batters in the middle of the lineup have 5 home runs and only 30 plate appearances against Peralta. So they've had his number. On the other side of things, Mikolas going for the Cardinals here, the former Jupiter, Florida high school standout, rocking one of the better mustache, is in the show. 635 team OPS against the Brewers. So he's kind of had their number at the same time. And the Cardinals, top 3 lineup in baseball out the gate. I know it's only a week long, but they're seeing the ball very, very well. Plus the fact, we talked about it earlier in the show, guys, the 2 best relievers for the Brewers. Good bullpen overall, but Josh Hader and Devin Williams have each thrown 2 of the last 3 days. Williams over 50 pitches. I doubt he gets a showing tonight. Hader, maybe a question there. So I think the late innings favor the Cardinals as well with that plus 140 price tag. Dog is barking. Bet the Cardinals tonight. That's my best bet. Dave Koken, guys, check him out at WagerTalk.com. Number 1 in MLB since 2019 to 2021. Also a top dog tonight at WagerTalk.com. So Dave, finish us off, man. Where are you going for best bets?
Yeah, good value play on a dog that I think has a good chance to win tonight. That's the play I'm selling at WagerTalk. The other one is an all-access play, but you're going to get that here. When I can, I like to give out a game I'm actually betting for the best bet here in the show, and I am going to bet the Cubs-Rockies game. You get Stroman taking on Marquez. Marquez had a really good spring and followed it up with an outstanding performance in his first game. He's in good form. Stroman is the type of pitcher who won't mind Coors Field. It's a small sample. He's only had 3 starts there in his career, but very good numbers. And there's a reason for that. He's a ground ball pitcher. ground ball pitchers can thrive in this ballpark because it really doesn't, the altitude doesn't matter a lot. If it's on the ground, it's still on the ground. Stroman, okay, in his first start, had a few control issues, but that was typical Marcus Stroman. I think you get the makings of an under here with two pitchers who figure to do well. The Rockies and Cubs, I'm not thrilled with either offense. And I don't want the bullpens. So, as usual, anytime I'm going with an under, it's going to be a first five based on the starting pitching. I did play this game first five on the under, and a little bonus, a breeze of about 9 to 10 miles an hour blowing in at Coors. So that'll help the pitchers, one would think. So first five play on the under five. If you have to go under 5.5 juice, that's okay. Personally, I went the under 5 at even money on the Cubs and Rockies to say under for the first five.
Good stuff from Dave Koch. Nice breakdown there, Dave. And yeah, we have seen the market push towards the under, looking at the WagerTalk odds screen for the full game. So guys, check Brian, Dave, and myself out at WagerTalk.com, all with best bets up. We got the Cardinals plus 140 for my best bet as we recap it here. Brian Leonard, Marlins, first five, minus 120. And Dave Koch, Cubs, Rockies, first five, under 5, plus 100. So guys, thanks for tuning in. Happy Friday out there to all of you. Hopefully a good weekend betting wise, and we'll be back Monday, same time, same place. Feel free to comment below where you agree, where you disagree, any thoughts, all welcome. Please smash that like button if you're liking the content. We'll see you on Monday. Have a great weekend. Thanks for tuning in.
The NBA playoffs start April 16th, and with the play-in games, there are now 20 teams vying for the NBA championship. The 2022 playoffs give you up to 9 weeks of action, with game number 1 of the NBA Finals not even tipping off until June 2nd. Last year, the NBA playoff package was listed for $249, but we've made it even better this year by lowering the entire 9-week playoff package to $199. While the early bird catches the worm may be a cliche, but it holds true to this incredible offer. The first 99 customers can use the coupon code FIRST99 and save an additional $50 off the playoff package, dropping the price down to $149. That's right, 9 weeks of NBA action for $149. That's under $17 per week. Act fast to use code FIRST99, as only the first 99 customers can use this code.